On the economy, today the Trump campaign announced an economic advisory council consisting of 13 people. You can't spell advisory without a Y, as in Y chromosome, which it turns out can be found in every single member of Trump's council. Yes, ahead of his planned economic speech on Monday in Detroit, Trump unveiled a diverse roster of all men, including Colony Capital founder and RNC Speaker Tom Barrack, Vector Group topper Howard Lorber, U.S.-China trade relations expert Peter Navarro, and the chief economist of the Heritage Foundation, cable TV talking head Stephen Moore. On Bloomberg TV today, Moore said that a broader economic advisory list does include some women. We were unable to locate that list. It's kind of incredible in this day and age they'd put out a list of advisors of all men, but leaving that aside, what does the ideological makeup and background of this team say about Trump's economic orientation?
Yeah, it's an interesting group of people. All of them are very successful in business or in their field. Not all of them are yes men. Some of them have been very critical of Donald Trump. For example, I guess who is it? Stephen Moore. Has been critical of Trump for calling for high tariffs for China, and he called Trump's Judge Curiel comments indefensible. You've got Dan DeMico, who used to be Trump's trade advisor, who has praised NAFTA in the past. So he's not necessarily exactly on line with Donald Trump. DeMico doesn't think that free trade is a bad thing, but he really stresses keeping manufacturing in the United States. A lot of these guys are friends of Trump, donors of Trump, like for example Tom Barrack. They did real estate deals together in the 1980s. Barrack was one of the early supporters of the Trump super PAC. But he has an interesting philosophical outlook. He, in an interview with our Bloomberg reporters, talked about how Hillary Clinton is a very competent person and would be a very competent president. And he also said, listen, I'm liberal on social issues. I'm kind of a lame Republican. So you've got an interesting mix of ideological, philosophies from these guys.
To me, the most striking thing is only one guy with an academic background. It's basically people in the private sector, a lot of people in finance and services who are Trump types. They're strong-willed business people with little or no government experience who want to make America great again and who believe the private sector needs to be unshackled. I think it's actually, the gender lack of diversity notwithstanding, it's actually a good signal to the public of the kind of people I think Trump would bring into the government if he won. People who don't know how government works, don't come in to try to change things, like Trump himself.